joke? So we'd look for the keys, and then my mom would just pray. You know, she'd be like, I'm going to say a prayer to St. Anthony. I was 7. I was like, I don't think this is going to work. We need more concrete tactics to locate the keys. If you don't know the Christian St. Anthony, he's sort of the finding stuff guy, which feels like a bum deal as a saint. Because it's hard to become a saint. You know, you got to perform 3 miracles. They have to verify the miracles. You know, a lot of dark money in that space. A lot of, yeah, I saw it. And then they get canonized if you're lucky. And then chances are you find out like 5 minutes before you die. You know, they're like, great news, you're a saint. You're like, you know. One last thing, you gotta find everybody's keys. You're like, no, and then you're dead. So I'm with my dad in March at the hospital, and it's devastating. I mean, if you've been with someone who's had a stroke, I mean, it's the worst thing you can possibly imagine. But I will say, if I'm being completely honest, it has calmed him down. Stay with me. Most of the jokes are for you, but a few of them are for me. This is a coping mechanism. I hope it is for you too. No, I mean, most of the time, like, this is horrific. But then every once in a while, I'm like, where was the stroke when I was 5? You know what I mean? Like, when I was a kid, he'd be like, where are my goddamn keys? Now he's like, keys. And I'm like, I can't say I don't prefer the latter. It is a little more polite. Stay with me. It is my dad. I'm allowed. It would be weird if it was your dad. You know what I mean? I came out here and I was like, this guy's dad is like, keys. You know, you'd be like, Mike has really crossed a line. The most perverse insult comic of all time. The roast of Mike Birbiglia's audience members' ailing parents. So I'm with my dad in March at the hospital, and then he can't even really move his face, and so the only way I can even understand his expression is through his eyes. And the expression in his eyes is fear. So how do I explain that to my daughter? That's not the good life. So a few days later, I drive home, and I take my daughter to one of her friends' birthday parties that weekend. I go to probably 200-300 children's birthday parties a year. It's a huge part of my life. My daughter has 6 friends. Last year I went to 235 children's birthday parties. The birthday party industrial complex has grown wildly out of control. It's my least favorite part of my life. I don't like it, because I just don't like my daughter's friends. Am I allowed to say that? I don't even know. I love my daughter more than anything in the world. I don't like her friends. I don't know if you've spent a lot of time with 9-year-olds you're not related to. This is an insufferable bunch. When I'm with her friends, I'm like, this makes me really not understand pedophilia. Stay with me. I'm gonna tiptoe through this minefield of a topic. You're like, we weren't with you for the stroke stuff. Obviously, I'm evoking the most heinous of crimes. But when I'm with her friends, I'm like, I don't even get the hook. I don't get the sell. Who would want to spend any meaningful amount of time with these people? I mean, these are our worst and dumbest. Stay with me. I have examples. So I'll give you an example. So we're driving to this birthday party, and it's me and Jenny, and my wife Jenny, our daughter Una, and then one of her friends, and then the friend's dad. And the dads are losers. Can we talk about the dads for a second? Not me, the other dad. I mean, they're nothing like me. I mean, they're all just dead in the eyes. They've recently developed a stutter. They always storm into a room like, if anyone asks, tell them I tried to find oat milk. You know what I mean? They're always desperately seeking an alibi for a misdemeanor I'm not familiar with. And so we're with one of the dads, and his name is Rob. It's one of our good friends. Jenny and I call him Broccoli Rob. And thanks for laughing. We think it's hilarious. Broccoli hasn't laughed once. We've called him this hundreds of times, which I think is technically bullying. So it's me, Jenny, Una, Broccoli, and then Broccoli's son, Arrow, which is a name. I mean, we live in Brooklyn. It's not the only Arrow we know. We know a quiver of arrows. We know a murder of bows. I mean, so we're driving to the birthday party. We stop at this bakery. And this is what drives me nuts about 9-year-olds. Arrow says to his dad, he goes, Dad, I don't want Weegular Ciabatta. I want Weegular Ciabatta. I want to say to this kid, look, Arrow, life is going to serve you all kinds of ciabatta. But if you want to remain true to yourself, hold out for the Weegular. So we get to Weegular Ciabatta, and we drive from the bakery to this place called Urban Air, which if you don't know these places, it's like a birthday party factory. It's like a warehouse with like trampolines and ice cream and those sticks from American Gladiators the kids can whack each other with. And the moment you enter, you have to sign a stack of forms because they know your child is about to be injured. And they get real specific. It's like, your daughter is about to be stuck under a rusty trampoline. Mike Birbiglia. She may jump so high her head is stuck in the rafters. Mike Birbiglia. She may throw up on a rusty trampoline. You will have to clean it up with your own mop and bucket, available for purchase at the Urban Air store. Mike Birbiglia. And as you're filling out these forms, the loudspeaker is like, Angelina's birthday party in room 571. Joshua's birthday party in room 1310. It's like the seventh circle of hell. And all I want to do is go home. Fortunately, our daughter is injured almost immediately. And I say fortunately, not because I wish this upon anyone, never mind my own child. But if it's going to happen, you want it early, so you can beat the Urban Air rush. So I drive Jenny and Una from Urban Air to urgent care, which might as well have a shuttle bus. There were a lot of familiar faces over there, and I'm not entirely convinced there should be urgent care. I'm not sure what they do exactly. I think they created this thing because someone was having a panic attack, and they're like, I need care! Someone was like, when? Now! Some well-meaning person was like, I own this empty building, and we can paint the word urgent care on the side, and I'll open my laptop to webmd.com. I mean, that's all it is, right? I mean, urgent care is the Urban Air of medicine. 4 weeks a year, it's a Halloween store. I think that's a red flag. we go in, we're frazzled. We're like, our daughter came down wrong on the trampoline and her foot, and they were like, she should probably see a doctor. And